Welcome to our tutorial demonstrating how easy it is to convert your Figma design into code for a production-ready website using PixelFree. You'll click the option called Import Figma Project on the right side of your screen. On the following page, you first insert your Figma project key, which you get from your Figma project URL, and then add your personal access token, which you find inside your Figma account settings. The final step is choosing a project location. In this demonstration, I will be using my desktop. I then click Next in the bottom right corner as we enter Phase 2 of the import process. You now get a preview of your web pages. We see the frames of pages of your Figma project, and you can choose to convert part or all of your project into code. In this instance, I'll select the download page and then again click Import on the bottom right side of the screen. On the following page we see all the Figma images identified on the left-hand side of the screen. To the right, you will notice a list of elements. Just above those elements are two icons, allowing you to switch back and forth between elements and containers with which to identify your Figma images. We then need to identify each Figma image as a real element or container in order to turn your project into code. As you will see, this is much simpler than it may first appear. I'll begin with the folder marked Footer. When I click on it, all the images within the footer appear. The first item in the footer is noted as a rectangle, which is clearly an anchor pane. Here, I click on the anchor pane in the center of the screen and voila! I've turned the first image into a container, as a larger preview screen opens on the far right side of your screen. This preview screen updates in real time as we continue to identify Figma images. The next item, noted as All Rights Reserved, is obviously a label, so I'll identify it as such, and the same goes for the following item, which is an address. As I go along, you'll see an icon appearing to the left of each identified image, so you can know what you have already identified and what element or container you have associated it with. Following that, I see a long list of obvious buttons. I'll show you a shortcut for speedily identifying those. PixelFree always retains the last selection you made. In this instance, it will be the button. So, for this long list we simply go to each next item, click on it, and PixelFree rapidly designates each image as a button. This will save you considerable time compared to our competition, which uses a clunky and complicated process. As you go along, you'll notice the preview on the right side of the screen constantly updating. I'll continue to identify each image for the remainder of this Figma design page. While I am speeding this up for the sake of this demonstration, I have completed this entire process in real time in under 1 minute. Once all images are identified, we're ready to convert your Figma project from design to code, as you will receive a sample of your web page as a PixelFree project, identical to the design you created using Figma. Importantly, you can now also edit your project going forward directly in PixelFree, unlike competing Figma conversion tools requiring you to return to Figma for each edit to start from scratch. Using PixelFree is a huge time saver, short-circuiting tedious, repetitive steps. Here, I'll just edit the color of one button to show you what I mean, turning this blue button to red in PixelFree. I then click on the export icon on the top right of our screen and will choose both the HTML and C# options. Once I click Export, your computer sends the JSON files to our server for conversion to code, and we ping it back to you within seconds as a local file. I click Open and you will see all the folders we generated. I'll begin with the HTML file and you'll notice the image is exactly the same. I'll do likewise with C# that I'll run as a local server. Please note that you'll need .NET SDK installed to do likewise. As you can see, PixelFree has generated the exact same original Figma design in both programming languages ready for immediate use. I'll next quickly show you the code. First HTML and CSS. and then C# and the CSS for HTML. This is another step that sets PixelFree apart from others. We give you human code. There's no need to host with us, and you can even edit the code by hand for reuse, if you so choose in the future. The code is yours. Thank you very much for joining us on this Figma import and conversion tutorial. We look forward to welcoming you to the PixelFree family.